if Deku was in the Miles Morales Spider universe. Before this video begins, I would like to do some announcements. Yandere Part 6 all the way through 10. Part 10 will be the end of Yandere. I want to try and branch out a lot more, so I'm going to try and speed up the series in Yandere just so it can be finished. Then I can start on new series like What If Deku Married a Spider Girl. Since I put a poll out, you guys have really wanted this series. And also for the guy who wanted What If Deku Married a Devil Girl, that probably be posted on the second channel or the main channel. Once I get Bunny finished, or the actual Snake Girl What If finished, I'll be starting to post that on the main channel. And also, I recently posted part 3 of Monster Musume on the second channel. If you guys would like to see that, my second channel is always linked to the description as always. And also, if you guys would like the playlist of Monster Musume, I'll try and remember to add that into the description as well. And without further ado, let's get into the video. As they were all standing on top of Fist Tower, getting ready to go in, Izuku stopped them saying, "Wait a second, look what they're wearing." As Izuku said, "It really can't be that easy." As the black and white spider said, "It's really that easy." As they were walking through the dining room area, as Peter was stopped by Mary Jane like he did in the original, as instead of Gwen only Izuku helped him out as well. As they were both walking in while Penny was trying to hack into Fist Tower to try and find the blueprints for the main penthouse, as she found them as they both went all the way up to the penthouse. As they knocked the guards unconscious, as Kingpin team up size went down in the elevator, as all rest of the spider people followed them, including Izuku. As they all got down there, as Izuku said, "So that must be the portal that brought us here, am I right?" Izuku said, "Yes, it would be. So how do we get to opening it?" "We're going to have to set that thing off first, so we can return to our dimensions." "Hey Peter," Izuku said. "If Miles Morales doesn't come, I'll do it," Izuku said. "No, it has to be me. You guys have got a life ahead of you, so it's better off me doing it," Peter said. "Peter, why?" Izuku said. "If I stay, I can help you out more with Fist. I'm way stronger than all of you," Izuku said. "That's the point. You need to go back to your dimension so you can defend it." "Okay then, let's go then." As they all did the same thing that they did in canon, or the canon of the movie. As they all crawled again on top of the collider, as Peter hit the box trying to find where to plug in the doohickey they used to cut it down. As Peter found it, as his spider sense went off, as Doc Ock of that universe grabbed Peter by the neck, throwing him away, grabbing him as well and also beating the shit out of him, while everyone was in their own battles. As everything would go the same, but Izuku took his guy down with one punch, as Izuku went to go help Gwen out at the same time. Around this point, Pete was being strangled by Dr. Octavius, as he couldn't breathe, as Dr. Octavius said, "Have fun, Spider-Man, in hell." One of the little tendrils that Dr. Octavius has was being crushed under and turning itself inside out, as she was keep on getting punched by her own tentacle, as Miles came out of nowhere and turned uninvisible, punching her right in the face, knocking her back quite a bit into our own machine. "Miles, you did it! I'm so proud of you," Peter Parker said, rubbing the back of Miles Morales' head, saying how proud he is, as a piece of debris was being thrown at Peter and Miles. "Oh yeah, I forgot about her," Peter said, as Peter ran to her, punching her in the face, as Miles shocked her with his bioelectricity. As we cut to Gwen's point of view, she was being thrown as she was on the brink of being knocked out, as she was thrown down into the collider, but before she was being fully thrown down, Izuku used float and One for All and throwing himself down there, being able to catch her just in time, as he used Black Whip as Peter grabbed it, throwing him up. Same with Gwen. In this timeline, instead of Miles being there, it's Izuku basically. As Izuku was thrown up, as Izuku did a 6% smash to her cranium, knocking her back a little further, as Gwen did a spinning kick to the same spot, almost caving her skull in, as Gwen and Izuku basically fist bump. As Peter and Miles both came up with Dr. Octopus behind them, as Izuku said, "Oh, come on, this one again," as they got prepared to fight, as she got hit by a bus, as Peter had a shocked expression, "Oh crap," as Miles said, "I'll go." "No, I'll go, I'm the one with the goober." "Oh, you gotta be kidding me." "Don't watch the mouth, Peter, watch the hands," as he jumped off doing the same trick as he did in the movie. As Miles got to the top, as he placed the goober in and opened the portals, as Miles said, "It's your first, Penny," as Penny thanked him like he did in the original, but this time where this changes, as Miles punched in Gwen's coordinates for her Earth, as he did so, as he opened the breach. "Wait a second, Izuku? You from the same dimension as her," Miles said in a shocked expression, as Gwen looked at him saying, "Do you have heroes in your dimension?" Gwen said. Yes. Why, what's up?" "I need you to name your number one hero. In the world or just America in general or Japan?" The world." "Okay then, 3, 2, 1. All Might," they both shouted, saying it in unison. "Holy shit. What the fuck?" "Okay, we better go quick, then." "Thanks, Miles. We'll see you in a bit, alright?" they both said, as they both jumped through the gate, leaving Miles and Peter to do what they did in the original. If you guys would like to see that, just type up the movie ending credits or something and you'll find it. As Izuku and Gwen was both traveling through the same cobweb as they did in the original, get back to their original Earth, as Izuku and Gwen were both flinged out at the same place. They were both flinged in New York, America. Izuku was confused why he didn't get thrown into his version of his country, basically. As Izuku finally got off the ground, as he looked around to see New York signs and pictures of All Might. Gwen, you sure this is your universe?" Yes, I'm sure. The number one hero of the world is All Might." "Yeah, I know that. I'm just wondering, why the hell am I in America?" "I thought you were from here," Gwen said. I'm not actually from here. I'm from Japan," Izuku said. As Gwen said, "Oh shit, how are we gonna get you home then?" Do you have a phone on you by any chance?" No, but we can go back to my apartment and get one." That sounds good then." As Izuku and Gwen both started swinging, as Izuku was stopped by a couple of pro heroes who were in the top 30 in America, but they couldn't catch up with them because they were too weak, or too slow to be very honest. As Gwen and Izuku arrived outside of Gwen's apartment window, as they both crawled in, with Izuku using one thrall on his fingertips, which he figured out how to apply enough pressure to basically stick. As they both walked in, or climbed in, as Izuku and Gwen both sat down, saying, "This is the first time I've rested in 2 days, holy crap," Izuku and Gwen said in unison. As they both sat down, they heard a knock at their door. "Gwen, honey, you in there?" a man's voice said, as the man opened the door to see Izuku and Gwen both sitting on the bed. As this man who walked in was Gwen's father, as he wondered who this boy was, as Gwen said, "Dad, it's just a friend, don't worry about it, it's just a friend," as he pulled out a gun on him. "What do you think you're doing with my daughter, you kid?" Wait, I was transferred here. Wait, don't pull that fucking trigger. Wait. You have 15 seconds to explain yourself or I'm shooting a bullet right through your head for you even being near my daughter," the man said, as Izuku explained himself why he was here, as the man lowered his gun saying, "So, you were teleported here by a villain in Japan called Kurogiri. So, Are you from UA? Yes, I am. My name's Izuku Midoriya. It's very nice to meet you, sir, Izuku said. So if you were transported here, doesn't that mean you can get home that way, or? I can't get home, actually. I'm stuck here until otherwise. Until All Might realizes I'm gone, I'm stuck here. Wait, All Might? The man said. Yeah, he's my mentor at UA, Izuku said. How about we get in contact with him now? Actually, bad idea. If a man randomly just get in contact with him and just says, we have Izuku Midoriya, you would get completely cucked for that. As Izuku winced a little bit in pain, as Gwen said, Izuku, you're bleeding. As Izuku pulled up his costume to see a little cut wound, but it's nothing too severe. As Izuku went on his belly just to see how deep this shit was. As Gwen said, wow, this thing goes so long up. Dad, can you just go get the medical kit, please? Gwen said. As Gwen's father came back in with the medical kit, treating Izuku from his wound. Alrighty, I should be going now. I don't want to squeeze off all your hospitality you have, Izuku said. As Izuku started to swing, but Gwen jumped out the window, following him. Like the comics, Gwen told her father about her being Spider-Woman, so I'm just going off this right now. As Gwen started following Izuku, Izuku started to use float with One For All in tandem with Black Whip. This started to strain his body a little bit, so he stopped. As Izuku swung and swung until he reached a massive sort of building that said the shield on it. As Izuku entered the building to see a blonde-haired girl with glasses on. As Izuku said, perfect, I did this correctly, so I haven't time traveled. Only dimension jumped, Izuku said. Running into the building, saying, Melissa, how are you doing? Izuku said. As Melissa looked over to see Izuku wearing a weird spider costume. How are you doing? Izuku said. Wait, Izuku? Melissa said, running over to him. Or walking over to him, sorry. As Melissa hugged him, saying, how have you been? How's Uncle Might? Good, but can I have your help, please? I just got transported here by a teleportation quirk, Izuku said, as Melissa said, sure. And by the way, Izuku, where the hell did you get that costume from? I got it from a weird guy that said that this is the only clothes he had on him, so I took it. When I got transported here, I came naked, so doesn't work very well, does it? Izuku said. As Melissa said, okay, then that makes more sense. So, just walk me through how did you get here, honestly? How did you know I would be here? Well, a while ago when I was talking to All Might saying that David Shield owned something in New York that stood for his company, so I took a gamble and I'm here. As it was saying this, Gwen walked through the door saying, Izuku, you forgot your phone. Gwen stopped mid-sentence, seeing one of the greatest scientists' daughters run in front of her as she came rushing over with sparkles in her eyes, saying, oh my god, you're David Shield's daughter, Gwen said out loud. As Izuku just let out a giggle, saying, I never expected you to be the fangirl type, Izuku said. Shut up, Izu, Gwen said. As this is where we're gonna end the series altogether until series 7 comes out. I'm not going to carry this series on until we caught up with the manga End of the War arc. So I hope you guys enjoyed this series so far, and if you have, please tell me in the comment section down below. I hope you guys really enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out.